don't want to get off of the Apollokage train here because I know that there are a lot of people here who have never even been to it. If this is your first time coming to a Smash tournament, make some noise in the crowd too. See, you got a lot of people here local to St. Louis, and they know one thing. They want to see the local guy win. They want to carry the hopes and dreams. So there's the transition. It is custom made for the hometown hero. We will start up this set, Pokemon Stadium 2, AK and Bassmage.
I'm excited to see how this one is going to go, of course. I mean, AK definitely going to get all the chip damage that he needs, but the way that Bassmage is going to be able to get in is going to be one for the storybooks. Already, though, taking so much damage, and every single time a grenade trades, it just has to go in the way of Apollokage. But here we go, though. Bassmage going to have Apollokage on the ledge, at least for a brief moment, but there's the grenade going to bail Apollokage out, at least for a moment, as Bassmage already hitting that 100%.
Yeah, once you're hitting that 100%, all it takes is that move right there, that big kick, the up tilt, and Apollokage can take that stock quickly. And now a whole host of things as that rollout actually kind of bails Bassmage out of a scary ledge trap situation potentially, but we're going to do it again. Here's the Nikita, and Apollokage is not letting go of it.
Not going to be enough to take the stock, but it's definitely enough to keep Apollokage safe. Will be able to find the back air. That's going to be Apollokage taking stock one. Whoa. As Bassmage just standing there menacingly. Nothing scarier, honestly.
I thought he was looking for a rest setup or something just to get that hard read, get himself back into things. But again, Bassmage is not a guy that'll just let a rest rip. He is definitely trying to play based on those fundies, using a lot of those puff strengths to their core. That isn't just rest. And done a really good job of that so far this tournament. Couldn't find the jab into the dash attack. Too high a percent for that to connect.
Ooh, okay, though. This is one of the things about this matchup that could go either way, right? Once Apollokage stuck in Cypher, that is go time for Bassmage to go down there and hit the forward air, hit the nair as well. It's 2 stocks to 2 right now, but once again, Bassmage now above the 100% threshold. We could easily find this up tilt, but look at this. The C4 not going to be able to connect, so here comes Bassmage trying to turn it around. Will be able to find the double nair into the fair. Apollokage going high. What do you do from here? How do you land? Bassmage, though, unfortunately going to read wrong, and Apollokage holding very strong in the corner.
I saw the crowd actually kind of ooh when that parry came out because we expected that move to come out immediately, that up tilt, but Apollokage does eventually find that. 23, by the way, for Bassmage hitting Apollokage's shield.
Okay, still stuck once again. Good air dodge, but I love the way that Bassmage is playing now. You have to get this stock right now. Finding the nair here and going all the way off there, and it's so difficult. The grenade, though, going to be able to reset Apollokage's recovery here. We're going to be able to make it back to stage.
The moment you saw Apollokage toss out that grenade and then Cypher low, you knew that's exactly what he was looking for, and Bassmage fell for it. But does make Apollokage fall on that stock. It is one apiece here in this game one. Bassmage keeping it so close.
Absolutely. You kind of have to, right? You cannot let all of this chip damage have the match spiral out of control. There's the first down air, but once again, the grenade's going to be saving AK here, allowing for another setup with everything possible right now. Dancing on the shield, Apollokage chasing for the up air, unable to find it. We're going back into neutral, Kimona.
That Snake does suffer a bit when it comes to that air drift, but on the ground, nothing Puff can do. An up tilt carries St. Louis's dreams a little bit farther. Apollokage going up 1-0.
You love to see it, and so does the crowd. The Scoobert, Dubert chants are already coming out. You can just hear, and you can even see a little bit of the crowd right behind Apollokage in the player cameras. Bassmage, though, once again, like we've been talking about, even in the snake pit of St. Louis, there's tons of snakes running around here. Bassmage playing so well and keeping it very close.
Oh my goodness, it looked like Bassmage was considering swap over to another character, but not quite the time for that. Again, I feel like he was playing it very close in that game one, and with a stage counter pick, has even a little bit more to work with here. We're going to Hollow Bastion for game 2, sticking it out with the Puff versus Snake.
And already it is going to be Bassmage taking a little bit of the percentage lead, but at least for a moment, though, great reflexes to get the tech there to avoid a very early stock one loss. Good air dodge through still, and now both players going to scramble in the center of the stage, but once again, good old grenade leading into that up air.
Apollokage crawling on the ground too. That is just classic AK gameplay. You can tell he's feeling himself.
Oh,
and
no.
He's actually going to go for the back throw. He went for big damage right there and almost got an entire stock off of it. I thought he was just going to pull out the RPG-7, but he had bigger things in mind.
Absolutely, right. We're going for the back throw to try and get the grenade set up there and get something a little bit more cheeky. But
he said, oh, this thing?
Yeah, this that you're talking about right here.
That move? Yeah, sure.
Dash attack, though, and the grenade. Big damage once again on a stage like Hollow Bastion, too. I mean, AK is only going to be looking for that up tilt more. Still, though, Bassmage finally going to be able to get this first stock off with the back air and potential to get an edge guard here, but AK going to get into position very quickly. Nikita is out right now. The air dodge not going to be enough to keep Bassmage safe. You have to live it out one more time, and unfortunately for Bassmage, you're just as light as a balloon.
And honestly, when you're in the labyrinth and you just can't stay alive because as Puff, you can't take trades, you can't take this residual damage. You are a glass cannon, and right now Apollokage is running up to Bassmage with a giant hammer in his hands.
Okay, finds the landing fair, but unable to take Apollokage off the side of the stage here. Once again, AK just backing up ever so menacingly. Look at that, C4 on platform, grenade on the ground. So much zoning that this character can do. But now Bassmage once again above 100, and Snake Mains only want one thing, and it's up tilt.
It's disgusting.
Good air dodge, though, back down to the ledge here as Bassmage finding the mark, but instead Cypher going to bail Apollokage out. Looking for the up tilt again. Bassmage has to get a little bit more stylish. The tilt will definitely help alleviate some pressure, but it's go time for this edge guard right now, and Apollokage going to be able to live it out. You never know with Apollokage blowing himself up anymore.
His C4 recovery working out beautifully, and he says one back air deserves another. Catch one of these, catch the heels to the face, and Apollokage even better than the game one, following up and has a 2-0 lead.
You love to see it, especially if you're from the crowd of St. Louis. This is just looking so hard for Bassmage. Has the right things to do. Apollokage literally signaling to the crowd as well. We love to see it. Now here's the question, right? Apollokage obviously going Snake, but we did see Bassmage consider a swap at the start of last game. I wonder if we're going to do it here.
Gonna stick it out with the Jigglypuff, and if you're Bassmage, I think that's the right decision. You gotta stick to your guns because he is a character specialist through and through.
Absolutely.
And Apollokage, he is not only a character specialist himself, but he is also feeling himself right now. And you have got to believe in your tools to shut that down. But Bassmage is in the hole right now.
Yeah, going back to Hollow Bastion too, so we can see a lot of damage thrown out here. It will be Bassmage starting it out, though, in the lead in terms of percent right now. But look at this, Apollokage once again trying to find these back airs, but here comes Bassmage. Apollokage going high. It's really just coming down to needing the stock every single time, but Bassmage's hand goes up saying, I forgot that C4 was there.
Or just, I can't believe that got the KO so early. Nonetheless, you can't help but feel a little literally snake bit after that one. But Bassmage taking out the Cypher. So smart with the placement of that back air, and he keeps himself alive in this game number 3. Right back in this one.
Maybe this is exactly what Bassmage needs, right? Sometimes you just need the motivation to say, you know what, I'm still very much in this. Gonna be able to find the forward air that does send Apollokage off. Apollokage is still stuck in Cypher. I'm loving the back air as well. I mean, Bassmage going for a very big call out. It's not going to work here. There's the up air, looking for the back air. It's not going to be enough here. Here comes Bassmage, finds the down air, but once again, still going to be stuck and will be able to find the stock here. Bassmage showing signs of life.
Bassmage rolling right now, big damage, but the grenade does interrupt what could have been a really big combo for him. Now he's just going to have to try to find a way to get things started again without drifting too close to Apollokage. Playing with the lead, you get to see how Puff gets to command the pace of the game, and it is a beauty to watch, especially when Bassmage is the one at the helm.
Ooh, jeez, all right. Once again, Bassmage showing signs of life right now. Will be able to find the back air. Apollokage going high, but this is where Puff does shine here in this edge guard. Great air dodge down by Apollokage, though, but still Bassmage holding advantage in the edge guard so well. Apollokage going to alleviate the pressure, but only for a brief moment. Bassmage trying to find something, but the down air doesn't actually send off all the way. The dash attack does not matter, and my goodness!
The timer on the C4 blew up. That's the first time I think that's ever worked for Apollokage.
You got it.
Oh my goodness, he tried to end the game right there with the crowd swelling and surging behind him. Wants to find a way down to end it, but it will be Bassmage ending that game 3. getting one on the board. And this could be the start of that momentum he needs. We saw Apollokage pull off a reverse 3-0 earlier. Bassmage could do it as well, but I know that's not what the crowd wants to see.
All I'm going to say is that so far in this top 8, we have only seen Game 5s and 3-0s. So this is going to be the first time we potentially see something else, as we are going to Apollokage's counter pick here. Let's see what song we're picking too. I like to judge people. By the way, shoutouts to St. Louis for having a little bit more of a song select than other regions may.
You may mention it. I also appreciate it, to be fair. It's excellent to hear some sounds of the game, but we're going to one that no matter where you play Smash Bros, you can hear the victory road, and that is always the road that Apollokage is marching on to the greater future. We go to Game 4 on Pokemon Stadium 2, where he is looking to shut down this Puff and the surging momentum that Bassmage has.
Absolutely, but you're going on Pokemon Stadium 2. Once again, Snakes love this stage. You have tons of room to get set up. That up tilt too, almost even did it there. Still though, blowing himself up with the C4. It is Apollokage at the end of the day here. As
Knee slapper, what a classic.
That's just kind of how he's known now, but third time's the charm. That third up tilt going to be taking Bassmage's first stop.
AK drifting back to center stage. Bassmage was on top of him, but wasn't expecting that grenade to get pulled in time to bail him out of big damage. Speaking of big damage, Puff already very much nearing those kill percents. Just happens when you're playing one of the lightest characters in the game. Snake just has to hit you a couple of times and you can be gone.
Aerial drift on the air dodge coming up to ledge. So good. Great by Apollokage as well. Not to roll in. A lot of the times players love to roll in, but it's a great mix-up to just stay on the ledge here because nobody really ever wants to be on the ledge, but here comes Bassmage finding the landing back air. We're 2 stocks to 2.
As this set has gone on, Bassmage's spacing has gotten so much better. I think earlier in those first 2 games, he was just drifting way too deep into Apollokage's threat zone, giving him opportunities to react to where Bassmage was just like that, and giving Apollokage the chance to take those games quickly. We'll see if Bassmage can dig deeper into the pockets, and he has got to dig deep, otherwise his run ends at 5th.
Oh my goodness, the grenade explosion into the F-tilt there by Apollokage. I love just throwing out the hitbox here, but now here, St. Louis, they are getting louder. Only one more stock to ensure Apollokage's run keeps going on into loser semis, but still Bassmage does not want to let that happen here. There's Cypher, great tech by Apollokage. Has to be tricky on how we want to get back up onto stage here. We are tech master here. Apollokage is safe.
Never gonna miss one. We call that the Steve Harvey where I come from, because you look at that and say, what in the hell's going on? But Apollokage knew every single time. So too does Bassmage as we're back on stage. 1 stock apiece, and Puff has clutch factor.
Ooh, this is where Bassmage has been thriving, though. Great air dodge through the forward air. Look at this, no roll neutral tech. It does not matter. There's the up tilt. There is Apollokage moving on.
In 4 games, and he doesn't